I'm having difficulty getting around to the fact that there is only nothing. All is one and all that.
Yeah, I don't think the mind will ever be able to accept that because the mind is always in something. So if you try to imagine nothing, like what would you imagine that to be? Like if you try to think about it or reflect on it, it's like how can we reflect or think on something that isn't? And our thinking is in dualistic language, whereas nothing is not in opposites at all. So how would we imagine that? Like how do you imagine nothing? Like I'm asking you, like
Well,
some people say a black hole or...
Well, for me, nothing is something without a label, perhaps.
Yeah.
Like without an idea, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you struggle with in it?
Oh, well, sometimes just the idea of everything just comes in, you know, like you can't really stop the idea of everything, you know?
Yeah.
So you can't really see what there is.
Yeah. Do you have the expectation that you'll one day be able to see nothing?
Sometimes, yeah, I do.
Yeah, and that can't be because it doesn't exist, nothing. It's no thing. So you can't ever find it. So that's like the hopeless cause of non-duality and why the mind gets very stuck, because it's looking for something that doesn't exist. So when I say, or when teachers say that everything comes from nothing or is nothing, there isn't a location or a place. And even though you can hear that many times over, it's still very hard for the mind to comprehend because it still wants to be able to see that. So it literally means nothing. So if you're looking at a chair now, like you look at the chair, that chair isn't coming from a place. And that's so obvious. It's coming from nothing. And that's so obvious. That's the way it is. That chair is not coming from a place, a thing. And that's the experience. And yet it is. So you're never going to find this place of nothing. It's inherently in all things. Inherently is all things.
Okay.
That must be really like a... Oh, I think I was going to say something a bit patronizing then. Sorry, I didn't mean to. It wasn't. I was good. Yeah. I wasn't meaning to be. I just stopped myself before I said it.
Well, okay, I'll try to not expect nothing, I guess.
Yeah, it's not even that, like it's not even in the personal world. So the person gets into these teachings and goes deeper and deeper into this, and it always thinks, I am going to get this, even when it knows intellectually it's not going to get this. It always thinks, I am going to get this. I'm going to understand this. And it really is experiential and not intellectual. So it's really beyond the person, beyond what the person thinks or feels or...
Wow.
It's here, and it's here right now, prior to everything about you. But you could say another way is like, what is watching now? And it's not a place, it's not from you, it's not a thing. what is watching now? What is experiencing now? And it's absolute love because it's everything that's experiencing, but that's not located. But this isn't yours. You don't get to keep this. The you is always in flux. It gets things, it loses things, it gets things, it loses things. But what's being talked about is not in flux. It's not something that you can grab hold of and let go of when you choose. It's the way of being. It's just that it's almost like the camera gets focused on the person and the person is in subject object. So the person in a way can never quite get here because the person is always in time, in the past and in the future.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, and I shall see you next Sunday. I really enjoyed speaking with you all tonight. I really loved focusing more on non-duality. Maybe I do that for a while. The problem that I find with just talking about non-duality is that people slip into avoidance, and that's not it too. So then it's almost like a pendulum, like you have to go one way and then the other. People are becoming too avoidant, you have to go back into speaking about the person. Because it's not about avoiding experience, it's a full-on freaking experience. This is it. This is it, baby.